In the last AF tip video I did for the EOS R5C, I looked at how to track arbitrary objects. Now, today we are going to revisit that topic, as it was pointed out in the comments on that video that I didn't cover, well, the easier way, or at least the way to use the touch interface to do the same thing. Now, largely I didn't do that because, quite honestly, I didn't even realize that you could. Mostly because I never configured my autofocus system the way it needs to be set up for that system to work, or that method to work. So with that said, let's just dive in and talk about how to do this. Now, the method I missed does allow you to use the touch interface to select your object to track. However, to use this, we have to head into the autofocus menus, or the menus, and adjust some of the autofocus system settings before this will work. So let's head over to the camera setup for menu page and start with the continuous AF setting at the top of the page. Normally, I would have this set to around focus point, as this keeps the camera from hunting whenever the thing that's under the autofocus point moves significantly or moves out from under the autofocus point. Now, for this method to work, we need to actually change this setting to either enable or disable. Disable, as the setting implies, disables continuous autofocus. Now, when this is set, the camera won't refocus automatically, nor will it focus on anything that's tracking automatically either. Moving the lens or focus is entirely up to you. The other option, of course, is enable. And when this is selected, continuous autofocus will always run, and the camera will always refocus on whatever is under the selected AF area. Now, this is where the word of caution comes in. The reason I don't use enable is because this will cause the camera to hunt. When using an autofocus point, so small or large AF area, the camera will always refocus when the subject under that point moves. So if the subject moves out of frame, out from under the point, the camera will refocus on whatever the background was under where that AF point is in the frame. As a result, normally I use the setting only around focus point, as this imparts limits on the autofocus system, both where it will focus, obviously only on things under the autofocus point, but also how far out of focus something can be or has to be when it's under the autofocus point before the camera will stop refocusing. We'll actually talk about using this in another video because it's worth talking about on its own. Now, either way, both enable and disable allow for a third autofocus frame option to be selected from. That is whole area. So if we move down to the AF frame setting on the same menu page, we can now choose whole area instead of just small and large frame. Now, before I get to talking about tracking, I think we need to take a second and talk about what goes on with whole area autofocus, because I wasn't entirely clear on how this was supposed to work or how this would work normally either. If we look at page 92 in the Canon manual, Canon says whole area autofocus automatically focuses on the subject at the center of the screen, but won't display a box to indicate where it is actually looking. Now, in my testing, I have found that this generally is true, but the reality often is that it is more complicated than just that. Yes, the camera will focus on the thing that's in the center of the screen, at least as long as a face and head aren't detected, face and head detection aren't enabled, and there isn't a person in the scene for it to detect, in which case it will immediately prioritize that over what's in the center. However, things are also a bit more complicated still. The R5C's autofocus algorithm, in fact, this is true, I think, for all of the cinema cameras, prefers stability to racking focus. So this means, this actually might be a little bit difficult to describe, so I'm going to just try and demonstrate it so you can kind of see what's going on. Here we have a setup on my workbench where I've gotten my camera to focus on the GoPros sitting on the windowsill in what's essentially the background. However, if I pan the camera to the camera lenses that are sitting on my workbench, you'll notice that the focus doesn't shift to them even though they're still in the center, or they're in the center of the frame. Instead, it stays on the stuff on the windowsill behind them where focus was already. This also remains true if I shift the camera even further to the camera that was sitting on my workbench that's even closer and fills even more of the center of the frame, yet the camera stays focused on the stuff on the windowsill in the background. Now, I should also note, the R5C will happily stay focused on those minor background details for basically forever. This isn't part of the autofocus subject tracking performance stuff. This is literally, it's focused on those things, and that's what it has decided is the thing that should be staying in focus. Even when that large, obvious camera was in the subject center of the frame, it didn't decide that the large, obvious camera was where it should be focusing. Now, of course, you can also fix this by hitting the AF on button on the camera to get it to refocus, and it will refocus generally on whatever is in the middle of the frame unless it decides otherwise, which is another reason I'm not a huge fan of this process. Now, or I should say area. Now, this finally brings me to the point of the video, how to do the arbitrary tracking with the touch interface. So once we've set the camera to either having continuous AF, either fully enabled or fully disabled, and we've changed the AF frame to whole area, all you have to do is touch where you want the camera to track. Of course, nothing comes out without a catch. Often, this will just work, and you will see that the area that you touched, or the thing that you touched in the frame, gets boxed. So it'll be just the corners. It'll be a double white outline in those corners, and that will indicate that the thing is being tracked. Additionally, text will appear on the bottom of the screen that says set, select again, cancel, end, and this also indicates that the camera's tracking system is tracking that stuff. Now, if you've set continuous autofocus to enabled, then the camera will do continuous autofocus to focus on the thing that you've selected as it moves around the frame. If you've disabled continuous autofocus previously, then the camera will still track the subject, but you are responsible for actually doing the focusing manually. On top of that, if the thing doesn't track or tracking isn't established, that double white boxed corner thing doesn't show up, you will just see a single square autofocus box appear. That indicates that the camera hasn't figured out what you wanted it to track, and that happens. Something else to be aware of is that the subject retention for this process is actually quite good, and this is true of object tracking from a previous video as well. That is the case at least if the subject stands out and is relatively easy for the camera to recognize. Now, I have no idea what the internal processing that is done on how this has worked, but I have found in testing with at least obvious subjects that it can retain tracking even if the subject moves out of the frame or is obscured for at least reasonably short amounts of time. Now, one final note, if you have face detection enabled, faces will automatically be selected and tracked once they're detected. That you don't have to change settings to get that to work or touch on a person's face to get that to be tracked either. So that's another way to do something that I didn't even realize was a thing a couple of weeks ago. So I would point out a big thanks to EpicNova97. He's the commenter that pointed out how to do this in the last video that I did on this topic, so thank you very much to him. That said, I hope you found this useful, or at least interesting. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button. Also, if this kind of thing seems like it might be your kind of thing, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Finally, if you'd like to help and support this channel, you can help us for free by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and leaving a comment with your experiences. Likewise, you can support us by hitting that thanks button or buying yourself something you've always wanted from one of the affiliate links in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.